Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another Swiss01 video. Today we are back in the mountains. To be precise, we are in Nepal today. Yes, infamous Nepal. There's a lot of very interesting airports over there in this country, especially because of, its mountains that it has. The Himalayan mountains, I guess that's how you pronounce it, are located here in Nepal, Mount Everest as well. And, there's obviously a lot of small villages here that also need some kind of connection to the world, right? Or perhaps an airport, which this one, for example, has. This is the village of Lamidanda. Alright. This is one of Nepal's many small airstrips that you can find. This is indeed a very interesting one. This is actually not even a paved runway. Most runways here actually in Nepal, at least that's how I feel, have actual paved asphalt runways these days, because that obviously allows for a lot safer operation, which is probably not given here. This might be one of the most interesting ones we've featured so far. I mean, this is literally located on a mountain, which is quite common here in the area in Nepal. It's not really like they're building all their villages on, in the valleys, because, the valleys are super small, as you can see right here. These valleys are not very, village friendly, right? But here on the mountain, this works quite well, actually, right? As you can see, we have a few houses, and of course, the airport that stands out. Yeah, this is really on a mountain. This will be a very interesting... Oh my goodness, we're gonna die today. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, we can already see we have some planes here on the ramp. Of course, we have the good old DHC-6 Twin Otter. Yeah, what can I say about this plane? This one is able to fly at any place. If you haven't heard of this one, of course, gonna fly this plane later on here as well. We have something like, I think that's a Cessna Caravan or something, and some more small propeller planes, like a Cessna and another plane, I don't know. And here we have an actual King Air as well. As you can see, we only have propeller planes here, obviously. I mean, there are not many jet planes that are even certified to operate on non-paved runways like this. Actually, we haven't visited the place with a non-paved runway in a while, so I think it's time anyway. So let's just do this. Let's see if we can take off our Cessna 172. I'm pretty hopeful, and there's a space shuttle flying around in the sky again. Where's it? Yeah, the space shuttle is probably flying outside the Earth's atmosphere. Talking about altitude, this airport has an elevation of 1,250 meters. That is not too bad. That's around 4,100 feet. There are definitely airports that are at a higher elevation than that, but the problem here is definitely the runway. This is not even a paved runway, and this is only 520 meters long, which is around 1,700 feet. This is definitely going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and fly. There we go. The flaps are coming in. Oh well, I definitely have not missed flying planes on a non-paved runway. It does really suck after all. Come on. See, the Cessna, it is kind of struggling with this one, actually. I don't really like flying this plane on non-paved runway, and especially at high altitudes. This plane can struggle, especially under some load, but this was a totally successful enough takeoff, I guess, even though we did strike the windsock here, but that's another story. Let's go ahead and move on. PC-6 Porter, of course. This is a plane often used in Asia, especially in the south, at some random bush airfields. I don't know if this one actually can be counted as a bush airfield. I mean, it kind of is, as it doesn't have a paved runway, does it? So that kind of counts, right? Alright, welcome aboard the infamous PC-6. Wow, alright. This plane, it is very special. As you can hear already, this is a turboprop. This is a pretty powerful plane, and that's especially good for stopping, because this one does actually have thrust reversers, which is crazy, as you could just hear. This plane is extremely versatile and just strong. I don't know, this plane is just amazing, but it doesn't really fit that many passengers, which is why it isn't really used here at the airfield in real life, but let's just use it here anyway, because this is totally an appropriate airfield for this one. Let's go ahead and land. See, that was absolutely beautiful. This was a very smooth operation, no worries at all. See, this plane, it can fly at incredibly low speeds, and this landing was kind of a failure because, after all, this plane is a tail dragger, which is a little different. But yeah, this was a perfectly fine landing and a very nice stop as well. But now, let's move on to the plane that actually flies here the most, and that is the DHC-6 Twin Otter. Oh, well, I haven't seen that plane in like a week either, so I think it's really time. All right, welcome aboard the Twin Otter plane. Again, this this one is used here the most, like in general in Nepal. All the airlines that fly here pretty much use this plane. Ironically, we have an Air Seychelles livery here, but whatever. For example, the infamous Tara Air flies here as well. That one is also a big topic on this channel. That one is known as the airline with most crashes, and they fly this plane here as well. And you know, Tara Air is not necessarily a bad airline, but the places that it flies at are just the most dangerous. So obviously that airline is gonna eventually be placed the most dangerous airline as well. There's also Nepal Airlines flying here, also with Twin Otters. These planes are actually relatively safe here, even though there has been a crash in 2010 with Tara Air actually. Unfortunately, it was fatal, so that's not good. But yeah, that was the only accident that ever happened here. Let's go ahead and land. Oh, long landing, but no worries for the Twin Otter. Alright, that was actually perfect. I mean, never mind, it wasn't very perfect. The touchdown zone was very messed up. I flared very much too much here on the landing, and it was not good. You know, these turboprop planes, they actually are able to handle quite a lot of stuff, so no worries at all. Now, what is going to be interesting is how we move on. Jet PC-24, back to Pilatus, the Swiss aircraft manufacturer. And this is actually the only plane that I would think is at least even certified to operate here. Probably not even that, because this is only a 500-meter long runway, but this plane at least is certified to operate on grass and in general unpaved runways, which is, by the way, its main selling point, kind of. This is a very versatile and, you know, solid plane as well. Let's see if it's solid enough for Lami Dunda. All right, as you can see, this is very modern. We have very nice screens here. You know, I love coming back to this plane, but let's go ahead and land it. This is gonna be interesting. You know, 500 meters is of course pretty much nothing, especially for an unpaved runway, because you definitely do need a longer stopping distance on an unpaved runway like this compared to an asphalt runway. So yeah, no, this will not be good. Alright, that was a touchdown. Maybe we can stop. Goodness, this is gonna be close. Sheesh, alright. Oh, okay. You know what? That was very much close, but it worked. We do have to say, though, that we didn't use the whole runway. I tried playing it a little safe. That was actually a pretty nice landing for this of a short one. Was that grammatically correct? Whatever. This was actually pretty good. ERJ 145. See, this plane, I was actually surprised recently by its stopping performance. Let's see if Alitalia can fly here from Italy with an ERJ with a short-haul airliner. This is, of course, going to work out. All right, now welcome aboard the wonderful ERJ 145 built by Embraer. This is truly a good plane. This is probably a pretty dumb idea to even like try this landing, but whatever, we'll figure it out. See, the landing part on a runway like this, on an unpaved runway, is definitely the hardest part, because again, the wheels have, of course, less grip, so stopping works a lot worse. The only thing that can save us really is the reverse thrust of our plane, which we're gonna of course use. Alright, that was a hard landing, but that is required here. Really pushing this plane down. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, no chance. Okay, rip. Rest in peace, ERJ 145. It tried its best. This was actually the best landing that I could, like, ever do, honestly. I mean, I could have tried touching down a little earlier and a little smoother, but no, this is not gonna work. It did try its best, though, and that's, oh no. This kind of reminds me of the Indian Express thing that happened a few days ago. Jesus. Honestly, that was kind of similar, not gonna lie. Okay, moving on to bigger planes doesn't make that much sense, does it? Yeah. As I've already said, though, taking off is not going to be that big of an issue, is it? You know, we have this very huge cliff that we can fall off of, right? That's totally a good plan. You know, we can build some speed in that fall, and that might actually help us take off a little bit, even though I'm not really blown away by the aircraft's performance right now. This is going to be close. All right, looking good. Oh, we have to... Oh, no. There should be forest here in real life, but, you know, whatever. Okay. You know what? That actually worked out fine. Obviously, we did totally do the Indian Express Airlines thing. Oh yeah, no, not good at all. Alright, this is kind of a disappointing video, isn't it? I wouldn't have actually thought that this runway is really this bad for planes, but apparently it is. The biggest plane that we were able to actually fly here is the PC-24. And this is only a pretty small private jet, right? You know, really, a small grass runway like this does definitely make a difference. So, yeah, guys, thank you for watching today's video. Let's just take off right now. Let's hope that this works, though. Otherwise, it would be pretty embarrassing. But whatever, I'll see you tomorrow in another Swiss Scissor 1 video. Oh, this is close, but fine enough. Yeah, guys, good night.